Welcome to day 237 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by CryptoDroids.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out the CryptoDroids page yet, just do it. Just click the link in the section below. They're airdropping spaceships. These spaceships are actually animated. They're just really cool. I just really love what they're doing. There's going to be all kinds of use cases for these CryptoDroids. So just check it out.
Yeah, so yesterday NFTZ, which is the website we're working on that runs on the DeSo blockchain, had an update, and that update now allows you to mint an NFT directly from NFTZ.zone, and you can do so with one click. So normally on other nodes, other DeSo-based NFT websites or BitCloud or Diamond App, you have to make a post first, and then you can go back and you can mint that post. Now on NFTZ, you can do it all at once. So you put in your text, you upload your image, you fill out the details for your creator coin royalties and whatnot, and then you just click mint NFT, and that's it. It's up.
Yeah, and what I like best about this, and maybe I'm biased since it's our project, but it just saves time. If you're minting a whole lot of NFTs, like maybe you're having an NFT drop party on Clubhouse, you can just do it with one click, and you don't have to make the post and go back and click mint. It just saves time. It's easy, it's simple, and best of all, when we start onboarding people, this is going to streamline the process and make it even easier for users to say, that's all you have to do to mint an NFT.
Yeah, it really makes it easy. And we also hope to have scheduling of minting NFTs available very soon. So let's say I'm creating a project and I want to make an announcement that that I'm going to be dropping 5 NFTs at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I could put them on NFTZ and click schedule NFT for 9 a.m. Eastern time. And at 9 a.m. Eastern time on the date of my choosing, all of them will automatically be minted. So, I mean, that's something I think a lot of people could use, especially for drop parties and other events that they hold.
Yeah, stay tuned. We have like 70 things that we're working on. So there's a lot of features coming.
Yeah, and so OctoPos, they had their much awaited launch yesterday, and it ended up going it didn't work out the way they wanted to because BitClout made some changes in the way that images are hosted. So BitClout moved all images being hosted on BitClout to now being hosted on DeSo.org, images.deso.org. And that kind of created some hiccups in the launch process for OctoPos. And then everybody flooded in. There's so many people that wanted to buy an OctoPos or buy multiple OctoPos NFTs that it kind of crashed the servers. So now they're working. I think they had like 140 or so that were able to be minted, but a lot of people couldn't mint. So they're working on a system that will create a queue of sorts so that it doesn't overload the servers when everybody kind of floods in. But hopefully today, more people will be able to mint OctoPos NFTs and buy them. Again, they're going to be 0.3 DeSo, and it's a really cool project we talked about in our previous videos. I definitely suggest checking out OctoPos and checking out their website because they have all the details there.
Yeah, and the issues were at no fault of their own. It was just really bad timing. Like this BitClout change with the images took place like just as they're ready to like open up OctoPos. So I feel bad. I mean, I know they're working really hard, but it's going to be a success a smashing success, I'm sure, once they open it back up. And you can see that with the demand out of the gate.
Yeah, I think it's already been a success. It's just everybody couldn't get them yet, but you're going to be able to very soon. So in other news, Natter was interviewed by Connie Loizos of StrictlyVC. It was a special event. It was a very small event where people could watch the interview. It was recorded, posted to YouTube, and then TechCrunch did a huge story on it, which was really cool, covering like, BitClout, DeSo, Natter, and all the things that he had to say in this interview.
Yeah, I watched the whole video. I read the whole article. It's some good publicity for DeSo, no doubt. TechCrunch is widely read both within the crypto space as well as the tech entrepreneurial venture capital space. So I mean, it was a very good feature. The video was good. They asked him a lot of good questions, as if they were somebody that didn't know much about DeSo, so he could explain it to kind of the layperson, to like the mainstream VC or the mainstream just social user. And he did a really good job. He explained some of the issues they had in the beginning. He talked about the SEC issues he had with Basis, and he talked about why DeSo could actually take on Meta in the future as we head into the next 5 or 10 years because of the ability to quickly transact, and there's no red tape for transactions, and you can quickly send and receive money via the DeSo cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I thought they were asking about Meta by Facebook, and he kind of joked and said, I think where this is going is Facebook's going to or Meta is going to adopt DeSo as the social platform for Web3 in their metaverse. It was a joke, but I think at the same time, he's semi-serious, and that's something that he's hoping that could actually happen one day. And something else noteworthy I picked up in watching the video, I don't know how many people were at this event, but they asked how many of them have heard of BitClout, and I don't think a single one raised their hand. And then they asked how many have heard of DeSo, and I think one person raised their hand. So, people don't know about DeSo yet. People don't know about BitClout. People don't know about all these nodes that are popping up on top of DeSo. So once that happens, I think, like we say all the time, I think once a Coinbase listing comes, that's going to kind of legitimize and publicize DeSo a whole bunch. I think then we're going to start seeing a lot being built on top of DeSo and more people coming onto the platform.
Yeah, I'm hearing some rumblings behind the scene that the Coinbase listing is going to spark quite a media frenzy. A lot of publicity is going to come to DeSo because of it. We'll see, but I think that it's going to be definitely a very, very important turning point in the whole project.
Yeah, for sure. And yesterday, Nader also changed his avatar, which was his picture, to a Spookies NFT, one that he bought, which is a really cool one. It's the all white ghost one, I guess you could say. And it kind of gives Spooky some more value, I would say.
I would like to see them kind of enable a feature where you have to own the NFT to make it your profile picture. I think that would be really cool. And of course, I guess you can't really do that, but maybe they could have a confirmation link or something. Oh, they really do own it. And just because that's what people like doing. They like buying NFTs as a flex. Like, I have this and it's my profile picture. You see it a lot with the CryptoPunks.
Yeah, for sure. Also yesterday, the Web3 Professional Network, it's called Entre. Their user tags join Entre on DeSo. It looks like they're going to be integrating with DeSo. So Entre is its social platform. It's for entrepreneurs. It's for professionals. It's kind of like a LinkedIn of sorts. And we don't have 100% confirmation, but just about 100% confirmation that they are going to integrate with DeSo. Actually, Michael Mara, the CEO of Entre, made a post yesterday saying every conversation for the last month eventually ends up turning into talking about crypto and Web3. And we actually replied to him and I said, I hope we see you integrate Entre with DeSo. Would be the perfect fit. And then Michael replied and said, coming soon. So, I mean, that's confirmation in my opinion. I think that's great news though.
I had a private conversation with them as well, and they're doing some big things. I think this is actually a really big thing for DeSo, just because I think this is going to be just the start of one of many of already established social platforms integrating with DeSo. And the great thing about the ability for these platforms to integrate is they can integrate, and instantly there's creator coins for their users. Instantly, you have a flood of new users that can go to the platform. So there's already thousands of DeSo users. Those DeSo users will already be users of Entre, and vice versa. So as we see more and more of these these already established platforms, they could be big, they could be small, they could be new, they could be old. Integrating with DeSo, you're going to see it's a two-way street. So you got DeSo users going to that platform, but you also have an instant number of new users coming, active users coming to DeSo. So like if you got one really big integration of say like a Pinterest or something, I mean, that's it. That's all you need. And DeSo is in the stratosphere because you got millions of users that are already on Pinterest who now can join DeSo with a click of the button. And there's not really a reason that these other platforms shouldn't integrate because it just adds features. So if Pinterest wanted to add creator coins through all their users, they just integrate and users have the ability to allow for that. And I think that's the powerful thing about DeSo, whereas Facebook, it's just a one platform thing, whereas all these platforms that are popping up on DeSo using the DeSo protocol are feeding into the database and helping to amplify DeSo on a huge scale. So I think even more important than Coinbase is the integration of these already established platforms.
Yeah, I mean, you are going to have some hurdles though. So, there's the bridge. So how when you integrate DeSo, how do you can't just import all the users into the DeSo blockchain. There has to be some sort of bridging mechanism where you say, we're now converting to DeSo, you have to fill out the, like there's going to have to be some sort of mechanism to bridge that. And it goes the other way too. Entre is not just going to be able to automatically have all these DeSo users. There's going to be have to be something that allows those users to come on to Entre, I would think. So I think somebody's going to come up with a really good solution on the bridging back and forth, but I don't know, like it's hard for me to think about what the best way of doing that would be.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of logistics involved, and I don't see Pinterest integrating with DeSo anytime soon. I think that they're probably way too big to just simply say, hey, we're integrating with DeSo because of what you're talking about, that bridge and the integration of one database into the other. But something like Entre, which is only, they're just starting out, they're not very old. They do have a decent number of users and a lot of people speak very highly of them, but it's a lot easier for them to integrate. And I think we can probably use this as kind of a case study for how to do it if they do it right, which I think they have a pretty sound plan in place.
Yeah, I mean, new users signing up to Entre would be simple. You just sign up and you're signing up to DeSo, but it's pulling that data onto Entre. But if you're already on Entre, how do they bring you onto DeSo? That's going to be a challenge. And I think there's going to be a solution that's found. It's going to be there's going to be some hurdles to figure out how to do it. Like say an OpenSea decided to integrate with DeSo. Do you automatically push all the users onto DeSo somehow? Do you say you are required to create a DeSo account? Probably not. You probably say if you want to mint DeSo NFTs with 0 gas fees, you can connect your DeSo account and you can create a DeSo account here. I think those hurdles will be fixed. And I think probably developers will create solutions that for other websites to use, but we haven't seen that yet happen. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I actually reached out to Michael Mara, the CEO of Entre, and I invited him on the show, and he's interested. I just don't think he's interested this second because they're so busy working on the integration. But it would be great to get him on and maybe pick his brain on how they're doing it and how they're planning to overcome some of the obstacles.
Yeah, I love that. But I think that's all the news we have today. Again, it was a pretty active day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on day 238 of our DeSo journey.